Today I'm teaching you how to pack a backpack. My credentials are I go backpacking all the time. So the first thing you're gonna do is take your sleeping bag. My cold weather one I typically keep in its bag. This one I don't. It doesn't matter. Mine has this little hole at the bottom. You can't just throw it in there. Literally doesn't matter. Just throw it in. Okay, your sleeping bag's at the bottom. The next thing you're gonna do is grab your heavy things and you're gonna start piling them in there. I would not recommend putting your tent in. The weight is gonna go all the way up. You don't want a lot of weight up at your shoulders. And also the weight's gonna be like really uneven. What I would instead do with your tent, yours should have these buckles. Put your tent right up there and bam, you're ready to go. It's not really that heavy, but I'm gonna grab my sleeping pad just because I like to get it out of the way. It's big, it's bulky, and I want it gone. So next you have two choices. You can either grab your clothes or your food. You really want heaviest on the bottom and the lightest on the top, so you want to be stacking it by weight. I'm gonna put my clothes on the bottom. It's much more important to me personally to have a lighter bag over having luxuries. Other people disagree. I'm gonna show you what I do with my clothes as a little hack. First of all, people are gonna try to sell you stuff. Pillowcase works fine for a clothing bag. You don't have to buy one of those fancy clothing sacks. Awesome, because I like bringing stuff with me. This is my pillow. This is fine. You're good to go. So I'm gonna put my clothes in. Okay, next, food. So you don't always need it, but typically they recommend that you just have a hard container so that other animals can't smell your food. But that goes next. So the next thing that I'm bringing is something to cook with. This is what mine looks like. This is the kit that it stands on top of. Lighter, biodegradable dish soap. I just find a corner and I shove it in there. These sleeping bag liners are so nice because you get so dirty and so gross. You have one of these liners in your sleeping bag, you go in the liner, dirt gets in the liner goes in the washing machine, sleeping bag stays clean. So this I'm also just gonna shove somewhere. If you're bringing something to cook with, you need propane. You don't wanna be stuck in the backcountry and have no way to heat up any of the shit that you brought. So you either bring a brand new one or you bring two. I always bring two, just to be prepared. So after that, you just put in everything that you don't really think you're gonna be needing while you're going hiking. So this is what I eat out of. Oldham, shove them in. I'm a coffee drinker. You probably won't need a cup like this if you're not a coffee drinker, but coffee, tea, alcohol. I'm gonna put this in here next. I think that's everything that I'm gonna put in the main part of my pack. The next thing I'm gonna put on the outside of my backpack is my rain gear. I like to keep it on the outside of my pack. If it starts raining, it's easily accessible, and I don't have to get any of my other stuff wet because I keep my pack closed. So a lot of packs come with these little pockets on the outside here. And shove it in the front. Okay, the next thing I would pack is water. Obviously depends on where you're going, so this may or may not pertain to you. Something I would recommend buying because they're really nice. You don't need them, but I really like them. They're called bladders. This one holds 3 liters of water, filled with water, and then I'd squeeze it right in here. I like the water away from the rest of my stuff, so that if anything happens, the water's not getting all over the stuff in my pack. Then you just clip it in, you can tighten it. Then you're gonna wanna put a bunch of stuff up in the brain. Okay. Med kit. Doesn't have to be in something like this. Literally can be in a plastic bag. Band-aids, ibuprofen, Neosporin, moleskin, burn cream, gauze, wipes. Start a little pack. These are heavy, but if you want them, Binocs. See something cool on the trail? You want to stop and take a look? They're right there at the top. Compass, super important. Put this up there. This also has a hook though. Hook it somewhere. Shovel. Sometimes you gotta take a shit. Bring a shovel. Lots of times can't bury it out there. You gotta pack it out. Rag bag. Sorry, gotta do it. Tissues, obviously. Headlamps are nice. And that's everything that I put up my pack. I know other people like to bring pairs of shoes. I'd recommend putting it at the bottom with your food, your clothes. I also don't like bringing day packs with me, even if I'm doing multiple nights overnight. If you don't care, I would just find a way to strap to the outside, carabine it on, do what you gotta do. And then, whatever water bottle you got works, just goes in the side pocket. The last thing I will say, these pockets, this is where your hips are. So you can put things in these pockets. There, put things like snacks. Any trash tissues can go in there. Kind of whatever you think you might need. You don't want to take your pack off. That's all.